So in chapter 9 of White Fragility, Robin DiAngelo really expounds on white fragility in action. And she gives a story of a racial sensitivity and similar that she was given in a corporation. And there was a gentleman, an African-American man named Jason there, who shared his experiences in the company. And he shared, how he felt he'd been discriminated against and how he felt that it wasn't an opening and welcoming environment to him. And he talked about some of the incidents that made him feel very uncomfortable. And D'Angelo says that generally white people are receptive to her presentations as long as they remain abstract and hypothetical. But the moment she names a specific racially problematic dynamic happening in real time, and she says that it becomes a huge problem. And she gives an example of a lady named Sharon, who she had to correct in real time on a racial issue. She says, "Sharon, may I give you some feedback?" She says, "While I understand why it wasn't intentional, your response to Jason's story invalidates his experience as a black man." And she says, "White fragility erupts. Sharon defensively explains that she was misunderstood, and then she angrily withdraws, while others run in to defend her by re-explaining, what she really meant, because she really is a good person and doesn't think that way, and so on." And the point of the feedback from D'Angelo is now lost. And they have to spend hours at this point just repairing the perceived breach and the insult of Sharon in that she did not want to listen to her cultural sensitivity toward Jason. And D'Angelo says, "Of course, no one seems to be concerned about Jason." He says, "Shaking my head, I think to myself, you asked me here to help you see a racism, but by God, I better not actually help you see a racism." This has reminded me of several instances where cultural sensitivity was being taught, and individuals from the white majority didn't want to listen. They didn't want to participate. Instead, they got defensive. And it seemed at that instance that there were more individuals who were interested in re-explaining the positioning of that insulted person than really, really getting to the core of the message that's being taught around diversity, inclusion, and around the proper acknowledgement of an individual's feelings. And what really resonated with me as a black male, she said, "Of course, no one appeared to be concerned about Jason." And I can just see a picture of Jason sitting there while everyone is consoling Sharon, while he just feels completely that his feelings, even more so, are being disregarded and stifled and invalidated in mass. So that example really, really stuck out to me in terms of white fragility in action from chapter 9.